Welcome back everyone, I'm KBlaze Games, this is Surviving Mars, and welcome back to our SpaceY colony. It is actually a colony now. Look, we have a dome and everything. I know the placement looks strange because I said we were not going to build here. Originally, we were going to build here because there's a rare metals deposit and it's away from this dust devil spawner. And then we uncovered all this up here because there is a comfort boost ping here, as well as underground rare metals, 2 lots of concrete deposits, and water. So I placed all this, including all my very expensive and irreplaceable cannot be repacked prefabricated buildings, and then our mystery updated. And these strange crystals, when they're powered up with 30 power each, are producing rare metals 1 per day. So there's 3 of them here, so that's 3 rare metals a day. That's quite a lot. So we abandoned these ghost towns. We will build these at some point in the future, but not now. These 2 ghost towns will remain ghost towns, and we did indeed build one right here back at home. We're having slight power issues at the moment, because when these things are not powered up, they spawn dust devils, and the dust devils then break the power, which means they can't be powered up, and then the dust devils break this guy, and he's the only drone controller out here to fix the cables, so it becomes an absolute disaster. So we've put a metals depot here, we've set out on always have 10, so hopefully he's always got metals on hand to instantly fix the power and stop the dust devils. But it's becoming a bit of a hassle really, but we'll deal with that. We have 2 rockets on Earth, one of them's about to bring 12 people here. We've got lots of water, lots of oxygen, power will sort itself out. We're probably going to build a whole load of large wind turbines. Another option we have is fusion generators, because a story beat revealed the fusion reactor tech and gave us a 50% discount on its training cost. That's only 3,500, that won't take too long because our research is 900 per cell at the moment, and that synergizes really nicely with this lovely breakthrough here, which allows fusion reactors to operate without any humans and produce 300 power each. So yes, that's very nice, and we're barreling down the physics tree as we always do in these playthroughs, because they're all really good things to have. We just analysed an anomaly, so let's listen to this.
Get up close and personal with Mars, and you'll find it's anything but barren. We found another treasure in the form of a small deposit of a germanium-rich mineral.
Alright, we have found a rare metals deposit at the site of where our explorer is. Well, apparently we did. Here he was. So we've got more, oh look, we've got 2 lots of rare metals here, and one of these crystals. Apparently to progress this mystery log we have to power up more of the crystals. I mean, they're kind of spread out all over the place. This one here looks close enough that we might be able to run a power line to it. Powering up these crystals, because they're so far away from each other, is a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. We have no way of having self-sustaining power. Even if we built a fusion reactor here and had no humans in it, it would still require maintenance by drones, and we don't have that at the moment. So we have these 3 which are powered up at the moment, so that's going to be good enough for the foreseeable future. We have found 1 more crystal down here. I'm sure we'll uncover more as we uncover more of the map. So let's unpause and get moving. Right, we have 12 vacant work slots. We worked out we wanted 3 people here, 3 people here, 1 person there.
Sector scanned.
3 people here in the farm and 2 producing machine parts. Machine parts because I want to build large wind turbines to sort this power issue we keep having. See, the power's turned off now. I've tried turning off all the production stuff at night and it's still not enough. So we're just going to have to build a couple of large wind turbines pretty much right now. We'll just build 2 or 3 of them just so things can operate at night. We'll put them on maximum priority. They only need concrete and machine parts. We have quite a lot of each of these. There we go, power's back on. And 3. And we have quite a few polymers, so I'm just going to hold control and increase their production by 33. And indeed, when you mouse over these in the build queue, it says base production temp. Because we're up here on a nice high plateau, we're getting significantly more. We're getting 62% elevation boost. So these are producing 16.2 instead of 10, and they're just going to get an extra 33% from the polymer blades.
Sector scanned.
So these things are really rather good. even though they do consume machine parts for maintenance. That means that the poor little people that are going to be working here are going to be producing just about enough to keep the colony running. In fact, they're probably not, because that needs machine parts, and that needs machine parts. I'm sure we had something else that needed machine parts. What was it? There was something else that needed machine parts anyway. So that, and this, and that all need machine parts to keep running. And that's quite bad. That's quite a lot of machine parts. So we will at least slow down the rate at which we're chewing through these. Speaking of humans, we should really go and select who we want to bring. Right, the best people to work here are botanists. The best people to work here are engineers. So we want 2 engineers, 3 botanists, 1 medic, and 6 non-specialised people. Okay, let's do this thing. Passenger rocket. Lots of applicants. It's all unfiltered, so let's filter it. Age group. We do not want senior people because they can't work and they'll die really soon. We don't want children, even though they will grow up to be productive adults. They're not productive adults at the moment, and we need productive people. Middle-aged people, no thank you, you will turn into seniors quite quickly. So youths and adults, these are the ones we want. So we'll go back and select another filter. If possible, we don't want any of these flaws. That's fine, we still have 18 people to pick from, that's fine. We'll go back. Specialisation. We do want medics, we do want botanists, we do want engineers, and we do want non-specs. And we'll just downvote all the others. Keep an eye on the matching applicants. Okay, 14. So we have 14 people that are either youth or adult, have no flaws, and are no spec, engineer, botanist, or medic. It's excellent. Apparently we have 6 non-specs, 4 engineers, 3 botanists, and 1 medic to choose from. Well, it's great, because that means we can get rid of 2 of the engineers. Well, something else we can do with the filters is have a look at the perks. Yes, we want celebrities because they generate money. We want party animals because every time they fulfill their social interest, they get massive comfort boost. Gamers we don't want because they'll start demanding gaming. Hippies, yes. Geniuses, yes. Hippies gain twice as much comfort from gardens and parks, which offsets the quite low comfort value of our gardens and parks, which is great. Nerds gain morale every time you research anything, and at the start of the game you progress through the research tree quite quickly, so they're good to have. Sexy people, yes. Massive birth rate. Workaholics, always, yes. Enthusiasts, yes. When their morale is high, they get increased work rate. So anything we don't want other than gamer? No, I don't think so. So we have 12 matching applicants. It doesn't really matter that there's more engineers than non-specs. It's fine. Bring them to me. Bring me my people. Now, was that landing pad close enough for them to walk to that dome? I suppose we'll find out. The nice thing about these Dragon rockets is that they're very, very fast. Yes, I know we have 3 non-working buildings because there's no humans here yet. We haven't talked about farms. Farms have different crops with different yields. Wheat has an optimal harvest of 17. It takes 2 sols to grow that food, and at the end of it you get 17 crops. If it's an optimal harvest is based on both the building performance, which is based on how many people you have and which specialisation they are, and the quality of the soil. If you can get the building performance up over 100 and the soil quality up over 50, you will actually get more than 17. For the moment, we'll probably be getting much less than 17. This 5.3 shows how much food we're expected to get from this harvest. At the minute, it will be 0 because there's no one working here. It starts at 17, then it ticks down, or ticks upwards depending on, as I said, the building performance and the soil quality. The plan is we're just going to be doing nothing but wheat for ages and ages. If you remember, I did tell you that humans eat 0.2 food each per day. So we will be consuming, 0.2 times 12, 2.4 food a day. And apparently wheat at optimal will make about 8 a day, so that's fine. Even though we'll probably only be getting about half of that, but that's still alright. So we're going to do nothing but wheat until we have at least 10 days of food stored up, and then we'll switch over and we'll do soybeans. It takes 5 days, it gives us 40 food at the end of the 5 days, but it increases the soil quality by 10%. So then we'll do wheat, soybeans, wheat, soybeans, wheat, soybeans until the soil quality is at 100, and then we'll switch over to doing potatoes, because potatoes give you more food per sol than anything else at the moment, but they do decrease the soil quality. So after a while, we'll be doing potatoes, which will take it down to 90, and then soybeans, which will put it back up to 100. So we'll just keep fluctuating between them. Speaking of food, I really should put down a couple of food depots just to store the food, so I can tell at a glance how much we have.
Sector scanned.
It's all go on the SpaceY colony. Sponsor goal wise, we've done 2 of them. We generated 100 power in a single day and got that massive battery. We've refueled a rocket on the same day it landed. That gave us 15 drones. We're supposed to be researching the engineering tech tree. We will at some point, but I'm not overly concerned about that at the moment. That will be when we want to make a massive production dome with big factories in it, because factories are best staffed by engineers. If we have workaholic engineers, these factories will be spewing out a huge amount of resources, and that's what we want. So when we're planning that dome, which will be in 2 or 3 episodes time, we will indeed do 8 engineering techs. Analyse 7 planetary anomalies, get 2 billion money. We haven't done any of them. We've done a special project, but we haven't actually done any of the question marks on a planet. And have 3 biorobotics workshop. That's a link game thing. It's going to keep moaning about the water and oxygen because, yes, indeed, it thinks we're going to run out because we've only got 11 sols, 8 hours, 18 hours worth of water. But that's because the moisture evaporators are turned off at night. They're only turned off at night to preserve power. During the day, they're on for 2 shifts and they're only turned off in 1 shift, so these will actually be slowly increasing. Oxygen is panicking because we've only got 8 sols. Power is panicking, we've only got 16 hours left. The sun is about to come up in about 3 seconds time and the power will jump straight up. Boom, like that. We're probably going to need more wind turbines, that's not great. Or another battery. I would rather only have 1 battery. I could of course spam quite a few little power accumulators to supplement the power grid at night, but I don't want to do that because they all need 1 polymer's maintenance. This thing is worth 5 of these and it only needs 2 polymers. And we have no source of polymers. Let's see. Domes within walkable distance, 0. Okay, that landing pad's too far away from this dome. In that case, we'll build a new one. Landing pad, slap it there, stick it on maximum priority, and a big flood of drones will bring it here. We do have 28 drones. We have all the drones in the universe.
Sector scan.
There they go. Build it, build it, build it, build it, build it. There we go. Domes within walkable distance, 1. Welcome to Mars, meatbags.
Milestone achieved.
We're going to get crop failure reported.
Colonists have
There we are.
arrived.
And these buildings are like, there's no food. But that's because 12 food is on the rocket and the drones are swarming on their way here to empty it. We got a milestone because we got the first human on Mars. We've begun the founder stage.
Full of hope and determination, the first founders have set foot on the Red Planet.
And the founder stage means we are not allowed to bring anyone else to the Red Planet until we've proven the colony can be a success. And we do that either by surviving for 10 sols without anyone dying of unnatural causes, or by having a child. So I'm hoping that we can get the comfort up high enough for them to have a kid. At the moment, the birth threshold is saying 70. In the afternoon, it will drop to 55 because of this guy. We do not want to be exporting our rare metals, thank you very much. We want to keep them here so we can use them in our eventual electronics factories to make our own electronics. So this is going to be producing 1 machine part per day. And every few days this is going to need 1. Every few days this is going to need 1. Every few days that's going to need 1. That's going to need 1. That's going to need 1. So you have 5 things which require these. Yeah, not great. We're only just about going to be able to keep pace. How's the farm doing? Building performance is only 61, even though we have 3 people working here and their individual performance is massive, like 122, because they're botanists and they're all happy. Because we have blocked off 3 of the workspaces, that's reduced the maximum possible. And of course the soil quality is pretty poor as well. So we'll just see how everyone does. This thing is ready to go. Are there any anomalies we can do? Okay, it looks like we've generated a few more. These just randomly appear on the planet. But one of the sponsor goals is to do 7 of these things, so let's see if there's any we can do. We do not have 5 botanists, so we can't do that. We could do that, but that's all 8 of our people, so let's not do that. RC Commander New Technologies, the commander is kind of needed at the moment. We don't have 4 medics, we don't have 5 medics. We don't have an RC Safari, 8 people breakthrough, and any 5 people for research progress. You know what, let's do that one. Because these research progress things from planetary anomalies give you a staggeringly huge amount of research. You know how I was coming down the physics tree because I said there was something I wanted? That's what I want. Triboelectric scrubbing. And luckily it seems to be towards the top. I mean, it is like only 10,000. Usually when I get down to this, it's all the way down here. And it's like 18,000. This is only 10,000. And this thing is going to be amazing. What this does, it's a little tower. It has an area of effect. And it brushes all the dust off everything within that area of effect. It doesn't just slow down this maintenance bar, it makes it go backwards. So anything within its area of effect no longer needs any kind of maintenance at all. So the first one we get will be going here. So that will no longer need any machine parts, or that, or that, or this. And that won't need metals, that won't need metals, this won't need metals. And then, hopefully, we'll be able to spam these things overlapping across the entire colony, and nothing will be consuming anything for maintenance anymore. Then we can build as many buildings as we want. And it means all the things that these guys are producing will be able to just be stored on these pads and used to build more buildings for ourselves. Triboelectric Scrubbers are everything. I do have a little bit of a cheaty mod, because normally Triboelectric Scrubbers do not affect buildings inside domes, but I have a mod that lets them do that, because this thing requires electronics, and the electronics factory requires machine parts, and what you end up doing is that this is producing simply to keep the electronics factory running, and the electronics factory is producing electronics simply to keep this thing running. So these two things are doing nothing but providing employment for people and chewing through your rare metals and metals, and you're not actually producing anything. Until, of course, you can get enough people in them. So I'll be putting the Tribo here, and I've got the mod, so this will go backwards as well and no longer need any maintenance. This is going to complain because I've just packed off half the workers.
Sector scanned.
5 of the workers in the colony are up on the rocket now, doing that thing. There's another little story beat.
Anomaly analyzed.
And yes, I forgot about that. A meteor storm is incoming. And as you can see, these things start in the 2x2 area. They bombard it with meteors. The meteors drop off polymers and metals and very rarely research flasks. And then they move across the map. It looks like this one is started here and it's moving westwards. Hopefully it will be one of the ones that moves slowly, because if it comes anywhere near our colony, we're in deep trouble. It will destroy buildings, all have to be rebuilt, and we'll just blaze through all of our resources, and I don't want that to happen. There we go, we got 2,500 from that planetary anomaly. And our RC Explorer got hit by a meteor, but not destroyed, it's only damaged.
Sector scanned.
Okay, we'll fix that after the meteor shower is ended. Hey, bring back the 5 people. They can exit the rocket and get back to work. There they go. How are we doing kiddie-wise? Hurrah! One thing we did not check when we were selecting people was the ratio of males and females. Apparently, we've got 7 males and 4 females. Well, who want children? There are 12 people here, so one of them hasn't got 55 comfort yet. Hopefully it's another female. If it's another male, then, you know, there might be some fighting over the women. But we are 62% of the way to having a kid. And we're only 2 days into the 10 days evaluation bit.
Milestone achieved.
We produced some food. We produced 6.3 food. Well, we're eating 2.4 a day, so if we produce 6.3 every 2 days, then we are at least food positive. That will just have to do for the moment.
Resources are low.
What are you moaning about? Food. Yeah, one issue with this is that it only counts food which is on pads. So as we see, there is 2 food here. And if we move all the way down, there is no food on these pads. But we just produced 6.3. So the game is like, you've only got 2 food on your pads. That's only enough to last for 2 songs. You're about to run out of food, do something. But this building is what serves the food, and this is currently storing 9.2 of it. You can see it right there. And this little building also serves food, and this is storing 4 out of 4. So we actually have 14 food. When you mouse over this, it does actually say stored in service buildings 13.2. So 13.2 in the service buildings, divide that by 2.4, that's like 6 days worth of food. But the game's like, you've only got 2 days worth of food left, because the game for some reason only counts what is on the pads and not what is in the service buildings. Ignore that, we're fine. We're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Okay, it looks like the meteor shower started here and it decided to move east. And because it hit the boundary, what that means is that it's just constantly pounding and pounding this. So these 2 squares are going to end up with like a couple of 100 metals, which is quite funny. I like that. Right, RC Commander, come down here and fix the RC Explorer. And hope that these don't have a cable break until then. Flatbed is finished, he reckons. He's been gathering metals from the surface. So there's still 34 up here, so come up here, grab all the metals and bring them home. This is the only source of metals we have at the moment, is him picking them up and dropping them off. We do have this. If we need to, we can build a metals extractor out here and send people out to extract them. But I think the flatbed will be fine. Rocket is ready to go.
Resources are low.
Good, he's back. That's another story beat, and that's more research. We're 44% of the way to Triboelectric scrubbing already. That is massive. Let's bring the RC Commander back here to fix any cable leaks for these doofuses.
Anomaly found.
Right, let's see what this anomaly was.
We found signs of native life.
Alright, they found a mineral cluster and found the preserved remains of microscopic life forms. Right, we've confirmed that life was on Mars. We can publicise it and it will give us 500 million money, or we can publicise it as a triumph of humankind and that will give us 50 more people in the applications pool. I would rather have 50 applicants this early in the game, so we'll do that. Means there's now 50 extra people in the talent pool on Earth, because as soon as we finish the founder stage or have a child, which is 82% of the way there, who has not got 55 comfort? Let's investigate. This is the command center. I haven't shown you this before in this playthrough. This has all the stats and graphs and nerdy things about absolutely everything. In the earlier versions of this game, when this game was considerably harder than it is now, you kind of needed this to keep an eye on stuff. Now it's just like, meh. I just use it for spying on my colonists. Who hasn't got 55 comfort? You. Why are you on 51? Comfort. Well, apparently her comfort is now 60, so it's gone up. So... okay, everyone's average comfort is over 60, which is great. Which means they should, all of them should be wanting to have kids. Who doesn't want to have children, and why? 7 plus 4 is 11. So one of our colonists doesn't want to have kids.
Sector scanned.
Okay, whatevs. Okay. That is a Dust Devil in a Dust Devil spawner. But there's an anomaly there, we're going to go for it. And then we're going to tell our thing to scan the anomaly and then run away straight after you've scanned it. And it just drove straight through this pile of rocks. Well done. We had map issues in the previous playthrough. The game is a little bit buggy sometimes. Things just drive straight through terrain features instead of going around them. Scan faster.
Anomaly analyzed.
Good, it scanned it and now it's driving straight through that terrain feature again. Well done, that was magnificent. And it's unlocked a few more technologies. Jolly good.
Resources are low.
Stop moaning about the food. The food will be fine. They're powered up. They're powered up. They look clean, so they've already been maintained. Mouse over this. We're producing 1 machine part per day. Yesterday we spent 0.5 on average on maintenance, so we were plus 0.5 for the day. That's good. So that looks very dusty. That looks very dusty. That looks kind of dusty. I do like that. The dustier a building looks, the higher up its maintenance is, and vice versa. It's very clever. I like that. It's a nice little touch. You can visually identify what's about to break down. Another story beat.
Building a new home on an alien world? That takes guts, to say the least.
Someone else has just picked up a new trait. They're now enthusiastic. That's the spirit. Well done. Well done, Whitney. Again, we're just going to keep producing nothing but wheat until we have like between 8 and 10 days worth of food, and then we'll switch over and do soybeans. So far, things are nice and quiet.
Sector scanned.
Any more of these we can push out. I mean, 8 people for a breakthrough is great, but sending away 8 of our 12 people is not really good. Not at this stage. Maybe when we have more people we'll do that. We'll do that when we get 2 more botanists. Could send away the RC Commander for some new technologies. Yeah, do that. Just do it really quickly. And hope that nothing up here has a break. If we see leaks, then we'll have to manually tell drones to do it, but that's not a huge issue.
Achieved.
We've had a baby! Hurrah!
For the first time, a human has been born on Mars. It's truly a unique miracle.
And that now means we can bring in more dirty meat bags. Right, I like that quite a lot. Now, that means we can bring in another rocket with 12 people on it. What are these 12 people going to do? We want another 3 botanists, because we know that we're not actually producing very much food with just 3. So another 3 in here will give us enough food, because as we know, we're only just food positive. If we bring another 12 people here, we're going to be consuming like 6 food a day, and that's pretty much what this is producing right now. So 3 in there. We're going to want to place our electronics factory and our polymers factory. So there's 3 in there. That then leaves us with 9 people, and we'll just spread them equally throughout the factory. So all we want is 3 botanists and 9 engineers. Yes, that is what we're going to do. Polymer factory needs to be hooked up to the pipe network, and I've blocked the pipe network with power producers because I'm a bit silly. We don't want to build it here because it will be within the dust range of that and break down all the time, so we'll just do a little that and a little power cable like that. There we go. Yes, the humans are setting off fireworks because that's what they do. Every time you've got humans... where did you come from? Probably this. Because this is not powered up yet. So we're like completely hemmed in with dust devil spawners round here. There's another one down here. Oh good god. So yeah, we don't want them to hit anything in the colony. So let's get another 12 people, shall we? Passenger rocket. Filter. It remembers your filters from the previous time, so that's good. This time we don't want no specs. We just want botanists and engineers. Apparently there's only 5 people that match these filters. So we'll have to accept some flaws. Whiners, they lose sanity when they're low on comfort. We're not planning to have anyone low on comfort. That didn't give us anyone else. Melancholic. Increased performance penalty when at low morale. We're not planning on having anyone at low morale. Morale is like an aggregate of all of your other 3 ones, your health, sanity and comfort, and is weighted to be pulled down further by whichever one is lowest. So as long as we can keep the comfort, sanity and health all pretty high, morale won't be a problem. Lazy, decreased work performance by 20 at all jobs, don't want that. These people lose comfort every day living in a dome with a population over 30. Not an issue now, might be an issue later. Idiots, you do not want idiots. They have a 10% chance per day to break the factory they're working in. And that means it will instantly consume the maintenance thing. If you have a lot of idiots, and that means you'll constantly be repairing your buildings. A, that chews through your remaining resources because you're having to expend them to fix the buildings, and B, the buildings stop working for half a day, so you're actually producing less resources. So Idiots are just something you want to avoid at all costs. Hypochondriac will randomly try to visit medical buildings at any time of day and will take sanity damage if they cannot. Allowing them in would mean we'd need another 2 people in the medical centre, and I don't really want that. Gluttons eat double rations. We'll accept gluttons, that's fine, as long as we don't have too many. Gamblers have a 50% chance to lose 20 sanity when they visit the casino. If they don't build a casino, that won't happen. However, they do have an increased interest in going gambling, and if we don't have any gambling buildings, their comfort will take a hit, so we don't really want them. Cowards, double sanity loss from disasters, not a huge issue, we'll have some cowards. Chronic condition loses health every day. We do have a medical facility, so that would not be terrible. Alcoholics, work performance lowered by 10, and they have an interest in drinking and haven't built a bar, so we'll do chronic condition. Okay, we've still only got 10 people. What can we do? We've accepted as many flaws as we can. We'll just have to have a non-spec, I guess. There we go. Of course, there's a lot of non-specs. Okay, if we're going to have non-specs, can we then just eliminate all these flaws? No, 8. Whiner is the least annoying one. Melancholics, not too bad. Lazy, loners, idiots, hypochondriac, gluttons. 13, that'll do. There we go. A decent... This one is in... If you can see it, it's very faint, but this is marked out in gold because they have a special trait. This is a genius. She generates research when she's at high sanity. That is an excellent thing. So we need to make sure that Ermendine is not working at night or working outside the dome because they harm her sanity. And she will provide some lovely research for us. There's another couple of botanists. That's good. I think we'll maybe get rid of this melancholic no spec and bring in this melancholic composed gluttonous botanist just so we can have 6 botanists in our farm. Right, go. Bring them here. And you will notice we have 13 people because we have 1 child. Let's find the child and pin them to the bar. Unable to work, there he is. Tycho Connor, pin. Now I have a mod which states that the first Martian born on the planet becomes a celebrity. I don't think that's unrealistic. And when he's got high comfort, he will provide 30 million money a day, so that's quite nice. At the minute, his only trait is Martian born and celebrity. He only has one interest, and that is playing, so he will be going to these parks. That's probably him inside right now. No, he's at home right now. He's chilling out at home. So he wants to go playing. That's a good thing, because that means as long as there's space in these parks, he will always get his comfort. So his comfort, when he grows up, will start off quite high, which is nice. It takes 6 sols for a child to grow up and become a youth, and when they become a youth, they can begin working. Yay, child labour. Though sols is kind of weird in this game. A sol is a Martian year. It's about 600 days. So really, he's about 12 years old when he starts working at the age of 6. But then sols also means each day, because each sol, someone goes to work and they go to sleep and then they fulfill their needs. So the game can't work out whether sols are days, weeks, months, years, or 2 years. But you know, a sol is a sol. And we now have 13 people in the colony. We only have enough space for another 15.
Analyzed.
And we're bringing 12 on the rocket. So we're either going to have to build another one of these or
Sector
another
scan.
dome with more stuff in it. But what else are we going to do? So we should just build another living complex. We'll just bang it in there like that. Here come our 12 new people. Oh, we haven't actually built the workspaces for them. That's quite bad. Before it lands, let's quickly put in the small electronics factory and the polymer factory. Spin that around so it lines up with the pipes. There we go. Build them. Jones, could you build these quite quickly, please? Oh, just about managed it. Oh no, that was the rocket with the RC commander. He needs to go back up there. Oh, this needs to get refueled and go away right now. Dang it. I forgot about that. And apparently the rocket had stolen all the drones from the RC commander for some reason. But now he's got them. I shouldn't have landed that rocket here. This needs to get fueled up immediately. And I can see the flatbed sitting around doing nothing, so let's get him gathering more metals from somewhere. There's 27 metals here apparently. There they are. Go here, pick up all the metals, bring them back. Off you pop. Okay, this is in orbit, and it's still in orbit and it's waiting. We've got another story beat. An unbelievable amount of unaccounted funds has suddenly appeared in our accounts, but are currently kept frozen. This comes shortly after we received the following cryptic message. Seth requires permission to test the bomb at a safe distance from your Martian colony. These funds should cover the inconvenience. Does Seth have permission? What? I have no idea how much money we're going to get from this. Whether the bomb's going to blow something up, or we can just ignore it, or we can try and track them down. We don't have very much money at the minute. Let's just see what happens if we say yes. An enormous blast has been detected, measuring at a mind-boggling 500 megatons of TNT. The blast was very far away. A small Marsquake was detected, but the debris from the blast and the winds of the blast wave will hit our base very soon, both at the same time. At least the money's been unfrozen. Hope we survive long enough to spend it. Okay. This has caused a meteor storm, which is the debris from the bomb, and a dust storm. And it looks like the meteor storm has spawned right on top of the colony. Okay. Okie dokie. What we are going to do very quickly is spam as many universal depots at the fringes of our colony as we can. Set them all to desired quantity 2 or 3, which will then spread out all the stuff we have here, because all of our resources are right here. If something hits that, we're going to lose everything, and I'd rather spread everything out. So put them all on 3, hold control, put them all on 2, and hope that the drones can move stuff. There they go, they're moving stuff, everything's getting hit. Oh, we got some research from that, but I don't care about that.
Meteor incoming.
Yeah. Ah. Okay, we got some stuff destroyed. Luckily, it wasn't a complete full-on hit. It hit just behind them, covered them in dust. That's okay. We'll just have to expend 1 metal to repair these. That's fine. Maybe we shouldn't have done the bomb. Destroyed vehicles. Drones 2, rovers 0. Damn it. We lost some drones. That's not great. So 2 of our drones have been destroyed. You can salvage it for metals. Unfortunately, you cannot fix destroyed drones, but we did have a lot of them.
Meteor incoming.
Okay, at least we have 28 drones, so they're actually managing to spread our stuff out quite a bit. Fuel explosion. Resources lost. Yep, as I said, if fuel depots get hit, it destroys everything on the pad, which is why we do not store fuel on these pads. In fact, we should tell it to stop storing fuel on all the pads.
Meteor incoming.
Okay,
Meteor
it's
incoming.
caused pipe breaks up here. That's not good. That means they're going to do dust devils unless we can fix them right now. He took a hit, but he's been repaired. There's some metal here, so he should be repairing that and that to stop these doing dust devils. Okay, the meteor shower is just like blown past. Some of them move really slowly, some of them move pretty fast. This one seems to be moving quite fast. Of course, this is a dust storm as well. Now the dust storm is going to be a problem, because that means that this and this are not producing any power. All the power is coming from these. But luckily, during dust storms, they actually get a boost from dust storms. So they're actually producing 28.2 each. And this is discharging at 50. And the power we have is enough to last for one sol's 2 hours, and we have only 8 hours to wait until these wake back up. So I think we've survived this thing.
Meteor incoming.
And we did. Remember how we had 300 million?
Sector scan.
We now have 6.3 billion.
Complete.
6.3 billion. Was the loss of 2 drones and a bit of resources and the gaining of all these metals worth 6 billion? I think we all know the answer to that, and the answer to that is hell yes. Right, you go and scan these. He's been broken. Where's a drone? You're not doing anything. Come over here and repair this. See, the control range of this is the range at which it will automatically assign tasks to drones. You can manually assign tasks to drones like I have just done. And this little drone is coming over here to repair the RC commander, who will then repair everything else. Lovely.
Sector scanned.
And we did get some research, so, you know, that's good. And we did complete Triboelectric Scrubbing research, so that's
Resources
fantastic.
are low.
So now what we can do is get rid of all these universal depots, and the drones are going to have to work hard to put everything back where it was, but that's how it goes. So that is one way to deal with a meteor storm. If we were on a meteor shower heavy map, I would not have built the colony this tightly grouped. I would have spaced everything out and had longer power cables.
Breakthrough discovered.
That's quite a nice breakthrough.
Research complete.
That is multispectral architecture. That is an elongated dome with space for 2 spires, which is wonderful. Okay, we've uncovered Triboelectric Scrubbing and trained it. We have now uncovered the meteor defense system, which we could have done with a couple of minutes ago. It's going to take a while to train it, but we should train it because it defends against meteors. And the next things we want to do are the ones that let me build my own factories. No, we're going to do deep scanning right now. Deep scanning, as I said, lets us rescan the entire map all over again. And I usually like to try and time the training of that to when we finish scanning the map for the first time, because there is a breakthrough. Scan all sectors, a whopping 2,500. So if we can kind of we'll take deep scanning to like 50%. Yeah, something like 40%. And then we'll change over to meteor defense system. And then when we're scanning the final square, we'll put deep scanning at the top again. So as soon as the final square is scanned, we'll get the scan all sectors thing. This will instantly complete. And then we can start rescanning the whole map all over again without any breaks in the action. That is the plan. Let's put the plan into action. Oh yes, these people are going to die, aren't they? Because they're still in orbit. You,
Anomaly
go away.
Analyzed.
They couldn't land because, A, if we landed here, there was no domes in the walkable distance and they would all die. And B, they couldn't land because there was a rocket here. And C, that dust storm prevented them from landing as well.
Sector
Now they can land. Sorry for the wait, chaps. Okay, how many vacant work slots do we have? 7, and we're bringing... That's now 10. 11... I think we'll do this factory like that. We'll run this on 2 shifts at 2 people. Vacant work slots 12. Excellent. Of course, when little Tycho Connor grows up
New
in 3 sols'
colonists have
time,
arrived.
he'll have to find a job. Okay, now we have a building performance 120 farm. Because we have 6 botanists in it, no empty slots, everyone's the correct workplace, so building performance is just through the roof. I have a mod, I'm going to be saying that quite a lot. I have a mod that states that if someone works in a building for a certain length of time, they gain the speciality that the building wants. So if Ermadine works in the small machine parts factory for a certain length of time, she will become an engineer because she got trained on the job, and she will not have a wrong workplace specialisation -50, which is why her worker performance is 60, she will have worker performance 106 or 113, like this guy. The mod can be changed in the mod options. It's experience through... Where is it? Specialist by experience. This is where you can tailor it. How many sols of working does it take to get a spec? I have it set to 10 sols. So if they spend 20 years, or 10 days, depending on which counting of sols you decide to use, working in the same job, you then become that specialisation. I don't think that's overly overpowered, but you can stick it on 250 sols, which means they'll basically never do it because they'll die long before that. People live about 80 sols, so I think if you spend 10 sols out of your 80 sols life working in a job, you can be considered to be an expert. The only other way to train specialists is by training the Martian education, and it gives you a Martian university which automatically trains scientists, geologists, botanists, medics, engineers and security officers to fill any empty jobs or any job which is filled by a non-specialist which the colony requires, but that takes up an entire slice.
Sector
so
scanned.
I quite like that mod, and I'm not going to apologise for using it. Okay, we have pads for all the stuff we're producing up here. We'll just have to keep an eye on the numbers. Right, let's build some Triboelectric Scrubbers. Here they are. This blue ring is the maximum distance at which it works. You can change the control range of them, but why would you not have them? Why would you have them on anything less than maximum? Let's destroy that and try and replace it a bit better. So you want it to cover that factory. In fact, yeah, that was a good place to have it. Let's put it there. And then if we can get the next one to overlap this one, then they'll clean each other. So indeed I do want to move that. I want to move it one hex up like that. So it's covering all of these and that and that and that. So none of these will require any maintenance. And then the next one will come here and cover all the power factories. The next one will go there. And then the next one will go up here. Then, do we care about all this stuff? Yeah, I suppose we should. But covering this stuff is the more important stuff, because this is the high-tech gear that we really need to have fixed. The blocking object which is blocking that is only one little power thing, so we'll just snip that just now. Yes, I know you've been disconnected from the power grid. I'm going to fix it instantly, so shut up. And then we'll just reroute the cable like that. There we go. And then that is not quite enough to... No, it was enough to cover all the good stuff. Okay, so all this only needs metals. But as we know, the only source of metals is what we can pick up from the floor at the minute. So we should extend these round here. We know this is next to a power cable, so we'll just do that, and we'll do that. And one more in here, like that. What's the blocking object? Power and a pipe. It's a little bit annoying. Can I go over here? How about here? Yeah, that is good. The only problem with these is that when they're on maximum range, they do consume about 18 power each. But that's fine. Okay, service area. They always... I'm assuming there's a mod that lets them spawn with the service area maxed. There you go, 12.8 power each. Ugh. And we'll be building quite a few of them.
Sector scan.
But that's fine, because that now means we can just spam these, because they don't need maintenance anymore. This 2 machine part cost is just a one-off cost now. There's no maintenance cost for these, because they're covered by a Triboelectric Scrubber. Even this one, which isn't entirely within the range, as long as the center hex is covered, then it'll be fine. Okay, we'll just keep an eye on this maintenance bar. This will start going backwards. There it goes. Lovely. So now nothing in this colony requires any maintenance. Let's just maximum prioritise the power things. There we go. And this doesn't need any maintenance, and nothing there needs any maintenance, and that, and this, and that. That means we can open this Stirling just to get 10 extra power. Hurrah! And this isn't going to be eating up 3 metals every few days, and neither is that, and neither are any of these. Triboelectric Scrubbers are everything. There's more unlocks here for the scanner to do, and then we'll tell him to run down here. Then Mr. Flatbed reckons he's finished, so let's get him over here. Just pick up everything, because there's polymers and metals everywhere. I really need to get a power cable over here, because this guy's spawning these dust devils and it's beginning to irritate me. But you're ready to go. I believe there was... oh look, we've got lots of food now. How much food have we got? 33. Stored resources remaining time not applicable. This is good. That means we're producing way more food than we're consuming. So that means we can probably send the 8 people away on this rocket to get that breakthrough. So let's do that right now. And it also means we can tell them, once you've grown this wheat, please grow some soybeans and then go back to doing wheat and do these on a cycle.
Sector scanned.
Oops, I forgot about deep scanning. Damn it. Almost accidentally did deep scanning all the way through. That's quite an important one. That lets you clear away any destroyed buildings, or buildings whose resources have run out, like this will eventually. Otherwise, this just hangs around forever.
Analyzed.
That technology will then let us get rid of it.
Breakthrough discovered.
Nocturnal adaptation. That's not a very good one. All colonists gain plus 20 performance during night shift. So the night shift is more productive, but they take sanity damage, so not all that great.
Sector scanned.
I'm not building the meteor defense
Anomaly
system just because
analyzed.
I want to. It's because, as we know, there is this capture meteors thing. It only costs fuel, and as we know, fuel is free. All it requires is water and power. Water is free, it comes from the air. Power is free, it comes from the power things. Right, so the RC transport did not pick up the polymers. That's the problem. When you tell it to pick up all, it sometimes doesn't recognise polymers as things it should pick up. Now it is. Okay, now it's being good. Bring this back. Thank you, humans. You can get back to your jobs now. Let's see how much wheat we actually produce. We'll catch it at the end of a shift. Stored food 16.2, so the optimal harvest is 17, even with a building performance of 116, was only 16.2. That's because the soil quality is only 50, but the soil quality in 5 days is about to go up to 60. So food's no longer like a major issue. Tycho's grown up, and he seems to have changed into an Asian man. He's unemployed because he's grown up, and we don't have a job for him. What do we need the most of? Probably machine parts, so I'm going to unblock that. He can go and work in the machine parts factory. He'll find his way there eventually.
Sector scanned.
1 unemployed, 1 open job slot. He'll work it out. I'm not going to scan this square at the moment. I'm going to let all these ones scan, and then I'll get a notification that I'm not scanning something. And that is the indicator to tell me to put deep scanning back to the top. And then we'll scan that final sector. That's the wrong colony, that's the ghost town. That's where we need to be. Good, Tycho's found himself in here. Right, and he has, because he's grown up, he rolled on the traits table, and he's got a whole lot of traits. He had celebrity because of the mod. He's composed, so all sanity losses are halved. That's good. He's a party animal, so anytime he wants a social interest, he can come here, because that's social. This is social as well, but people trying to prioritise the building with the higher service comfort, so he'll come here when he wants to do his social. And when he gets that, and he'll roll social more often, he will get massive boosts from visiting that, which is going to be great. Glutton, he eats double rations, and he has an additional interest in dining. Maybe he will go to the diner more than he'll go to the amphitheatre. And he's also Martian born. They never become Earthsick, so he never gets upset and wants to go home on the rocket because he's home. And there's a couple of texts in the social tree all the way down here which state that Martians take no sanity damage from disasters like meteor storms or dust storms, and they don't take any sanity damage by working outside because they're Martians. This is where they came from. This is where they come from. They don't care about working outside. So that's worked out quite well. This thing's putting waste rock on the floor because the dumping site is full. So let's build another dumping site. We'll just put it in there. How are we doing production wise? Fuel's not good. That's because we've been refueling the rockets quite a lot. And we lost a lot of it in that fuel explosion. Yesterday we produced 1 polymer and we consumed 0.3 in maintenance. Maintenance will now go down to 0 tomorrow. Again, we're positive in machine parts, and we didn't do any electronics. Well, that's fine. They're only producing 0.8 a day. These things, the power for them is fine. We're only minus 30 at night, so I think we can probably turn them and this back on at night. And that, just to keep these increasing instead of decreasing all the time. Because I do want to fill up my storage. We need to have stuff stored up. It's quite important. Oh god damn dust devils. That's an electrostatic dust devil, so that definitely came from one of these. God damn it. But luckily everything's within daisy chaining distance. Like, the drone hub can fix the commander can fix the pipe leaks, and the cable leaks will despawn the dust devils. Jolly good. These things are annoying me now.
Sector scan.
But they are producing quite a lot. We do actually have 54 rare metals. We could export them, but then what are we going to do with them? We've got 6.3 billion from that bomb we set off. What do we want to spend our money on? A new dome, actually. A new dome would not be a bad idea. In fact, we've got so many polymers. I'm going to upgrade all of our water things. At the minute we're producing 7. This is going to go up to like 9.5, something like that. 7 times 1.5? No, 12. Well, we've built this and I haven't extended the range. There it goes. Only plus 49 during the day. We need more wind turbines, I think. Because why not? We have the machine parts to build them, so why not? Let's do another 4.
Sector scanned.
And upgrade the ones we already have. Forgot to do that as well. Just to take the strain off this little guy. You can work at night as well now. There we go. And one more. And then upgrade them all. Jolly good. And I think this is a decent place to leave off this episode. The first Martian is 9/18 years old, depending on how you count Sols. He's working away, along with everyone else. We have Triboelectric Scrubbers. Everything's looking beautiful and clean, because nothing needs maintenance anymore. Our maintenance costs for the entire colony are now 0, apart from these buildings, which I have not covered, but they only consume a few things. I probably will extend the Triboelectrics around here at the start of the next episode, because why not? Might as well. And then we'll look into expanding into another dome. I'm not going to expand into this dome just yet, but I think we will expand to the west towards it, and I'll create a dome which is going to provide enough food to feed like 1,000 people. So come back for that, and look after yourself until then. Aye, we'll see you later.